They don't shoot the cops in that. Cops don't shoot you in Africa. What's happening, family? We are here at the Diaspora Plug, which is produced by Big Boss Filmworks. I am CRB Jr., Courtney Robert Brown Jr., here with my partner in these endeavors.
What up? It's Big Lou.
How you feeling today, fam?
Man, I'm feeling great, man.
It is a good thing. So, we here over at the Diaspora Plug want to always plug in with the whole family. Because the
Absolutely.
family, we forget the family ain't just in Atlanta
Yeah.
and in New York.
Yeah.
The family in Ghana,
Brazil.
all over.
Haiti.
We like the mob.
Trinidad, Tobago.
We everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
You can't go no place and you ain't gonna find us.
Think that's the truth.
So we need to plug in, and one of the things that really has set back the whole family is we don't have a network, a global network. Our Lebanese friends, they plugged in. My Lebanese friends here in Detroit or in Dearborn, but they plugged in with the Lebanese, with their cousins in New York, who plugged in with their cousins in West Africa, who plugged in with their cousins in China. So when they're ready to make it happen, they can make it happen.
That's right.
But I was checking out the Make Africa Great YouTube station. So shout out to the brothers over there.
Mm-hmm.
They always put out some good content. And they were interviewing Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey has taken the Family Feud concept, the show The Family Feud, The Big Little Thing, or The Little Big Thing. What's his other show?
I haven't
The Next
heard
Big
of it.
Thing. Yeah, he's got Steve hosts a bunch of shows.
Okay.
But he's taken the Family Feud concept and he's taken it over to Ghana and South Africa and incorporated it. Instead of being like family against family, like the Jones versus Smiths over here, it might be Ghana versus Senegal or Kenya versus Egypt. So he's kind of nationalized it, and So just big shout out to Steve Harvey.
Yeah, that's heavy.
When he was first getting big, we were going to try to get him at the Cotillion Club. And he had went up to $8,500 a show. Now you just add a zero to that to get him, right?
That's it.
Now it's about $85,000 to get Steve.
Mm-hmm.
But but I always liked him. I always thought he was a great talent. And anyway, so he's doing, obviously he's navigated his career and he's gotten off zero. And he was just kicking it about, when he's over in Ghana, because he's bought a home in South Africa, in fact, and he does a lot of business in Ghana. And he was talking about and saying some things that just really rang true. And he was talking about, when you get all this stuff with the George Floyd, the Breonna Taylor, Michael Brown, it's just unfortunate the list goes on and on and on. And why, again, I ain't suggesting everybody got to move to Africa, but anybody who can should go, because you need one day to know what it is to kind of be free. We blacks in America, it's like we carry around a rock from our birth. And we don't even realize we carrying around the rock till we go someplace else, in particular Africa, and not feel that burden of carrying that rock, right?
That's right.
So Steve's talking about getting pulled over, and when he gets pulled over by the police in Africa, he ain't never thinking about getting shot because you never hear about the police shooting nobody, because the police are just, the cops are still talking to kids on the streets in Africa. Kids run up to the police, and because they're just a regular guy from the village,
right?
It ain't no thing.
Right.
There is no conflict between the police and the citizen.
He is the people and of the people.
He is right, and he's like, be an ass. Shoot what? I'm gonna shoot my neighbor.
Right.
I'm dating, my wife. Or I'm gonna shoot my in-laws. I might want to shoot my in-laws, but I'm not going to shoot my in-laws. Right. So Steve talking about he get pulled over there. You normally gets a warning, or he kept it real, or he just hand the police $100 bill and say, have a good day. And I know it reminded me of when I was in Gambia, right?
Mm-hmm.
So about 2 or 3 times we had just got pulled over for apparently no reason.
Okay.
And some of the other African Americans with me would always get, they're just trying to shake us down to get money. So I asked somebody, I said, well, how much do the police make over here? And they told me $50 a month. I said, hold on, what you just said? What you just said? Say that one more time, real slow. They said after conversion, Mr. Brown, a policeman in Gambia makes about $50 a month.
Woo.
I was like, $12.50 a week, another week, $12.50. That's $25. That's $12.50 a week. So when they pull people over to try to get some tools and fuse, it is what it is. So I was like, well, why don't when you get pulled over, why don't you just get a man $10 and keep it moving? And they had this small mind attitude. So I was like, don't even worry about it no more. We get pulled over. Don't talk to them. Don't talk to them. Come, let's talk. Let me and you talk. I would like to support the local police station here. Hand my man $20, Mr. Brown. And I was like, matter of fact, we can do this every other day. You know what? And the same thing, I ain't never gonna get a ticket. A ticket for what? Now, then when the Americans, I ask them, I say, so it's better here when you get pulled over and then you get $150, $200 speeding ticket. To me, I'm getting off light.
Light.
And I'm helping the brother out.
That's right.
Who making $50 a month?
$50 a month. Ooh.
He's so much more honest man than me. If I was making $50 a month, everybody be pulled over. It'd just be one, pull over, everybody, pull over. I'm getting $5 from everybody. Ain't nobody driving down the street. They'd fire me because they'd be like, there's no traffic on Mr. Brown's patrol. He pulls over every car. $50 a month.
He's made his quota.
But all jokes aside, you know, he describes it that you just feel good when you get to Africa, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's a little coffee tea shop right on Oxford Street in downtown Ghana. God, do I miss Oxford Street. It's a 24-hour joint, right? It's like half coffee tea shop, half cell phone joint, but they got an outdoor cafe. I remember the first time I was sitting out there smoking a cigar, drinking some tea at night, just watching the scenery. And I just felt so calm. And it was like my DNA knew I was home. And I'm telling you, family, words really can't describe it. Steve is describing the same thing. When you get there, if you are black or African American, whatever you want to call yourself, if you got a whole bunch of melanin in your skin, you come from there, right? And I know, so Steve Harvey summed it up. America's my home. It's where my family at. It's where my business at. You know, I'm American. But my home, my mother, the home of my people, is Africa.
My homeland.
My homeland. And we here in the diaspora in America, we got just as much claim to that land as anybody. Because they would say, well, my mother and father was born in the continent. And I'd say, okay, well, my great-great-great-great-grandmother was born on the continent. So, you know, I didn't lose that birthright just because of a unfortunate piece of history.
Exactly.
And then Steve was kicking it, you know, and it's some of the stuff that we're doing. Go through our archives. We got a lot of stuff. We brought in at this last New Year in Gambia, had a big party for people from the diaspora. Shout out to RJ Maddi and the Made in Africa project based in Dakar, Senegal. Shout out to Tina and Noah in Ghana with the cocoa company. So if we can take some, you know, because the one thing you got to give, due to the necessity of them needing the slave to do all kind of work, the American black has been exposed to everything Mr. Charlie, Mr. Bodine know. We have been exposed and had access to all of his schools, all of his expertise, all of his knowledge of finance, all of his knowledge of engineering, banking, or business organization. Many of these skill sets, the brothers in the continent did not do some historical situations we don't have the time to go into right now. They don't have those skill sets. I mean, it's true. Nigerians, I just left Harvard's graduation, right? Nigerian population, they're deep at Harvard. Deep. The Nigerians are the most degreed ethnic group in America. Also the highest income. Nigerian Americans' average income is higher than that of Korean Americans, Chinese American, and Arab Americans. So it ain't, but still in Nigeria, and this is part of the problem, it's more Nigerian doctors in LA than it is in Nigeria.
The brain drain.
The brain drain. So if we can take what we know and deploy it over there, it's a bag to be had. So, we just got a lot on our plate over here, Big Boss, and with all the other ventures going on. But that's something that will not go away. Is to really go ahead and connect. We already made a couple dollars with the good brother Miguel out at Cafe Kazingo. Some things, pandemic and some other things slowed that down. But we've already done the initial work to understand connecting the dots between the motherland and the U.S. of A. And it take 12 hours to drive from Detroit to Atlanta, 10 hours to drive from Detroit to New York. It's a 7.5-hour flight from New York to Dakar, Senegal. Just to put it in some perspective, right? And with the price of gas now, it's about the same amount of money as it take you to fly to Senegal that it take you to drive to Atlanta from Detroit.
Whoa.
You know what I mean? So it's just really, it's a mindset, family. It is a mindset. So, just some food for thought again. Check that out if you guys are interested in this kind of stuff. Make Africa Great Again. Steve Harvey interview. Steve really spitting some knowledge. We wanted to share that here at the Diaspora Plug.
Absolutely.
You think you got good, Lou?
Oh, got flyers plus graphics for you, all your graphic needs. Hit me up on Instagram, or you can hit me up at 313-459-9919. I'll hit you up and make you famous.
There it is. And also Diaspora Plug would like to thank its latest sponsor, and that is Miss Boss Boutique Bags and Bundles, located at 16311 West 7 Mile. Premier location for hair, wigs, and all women apparel needs. Again, that is Miss Boss Boutique, located on West 7 Mile, 16311. All you got to do is go in there and mention Lou's name, mention my name, mention the Diaspora Plug. Those good people will give you a significant discount and treat you really well. Oh, also, Hustle and Grind book fair coming up June the 11th. Linden and Livernois. Our book, which has a great chapter in here kind of about what we were talking about, Go Where the Gold Is, talking about doing business in Africa. Mind Right, Money Right, Getting Off Zero. This book will be there and on sale. We're also going to have Motown Mafia, which led to, the parent station of this all, Big Boss Filmworks.
Yes.
This book, Memoirs of a Motown Mafia, Memoirs of a Kingpin's Kid, which led, of course, which is available at Amazon, and led to the award-winning documentary, Motown Mafia, the story of Eddie Jackson and Courtney Brown, which is available on Tubi TV and Amazon Prime.
And we got the follow-up book, Big Man on Campus, which is the fictitious but based in fact autobiography of this gentleman right here.
During my college days, and those who know the story will be able to connect the dots. Names have been changed to protect the guilty and the innocent, but those who have read it are giving it very good reviews. So make sure, if you're in the Detroit area, June the 11th, coming up soon. That's a Saturday, Linden and Livernois Hustle and Grind Book Fair.
Sounds good.
What we doing? We're going to DR next month. We'll get some more live footage from the DR. Really missing. Go back in the archives again, fam. Check out some of that stuff from Ghana, from Gambia, and from Senegal. Really missing the motherland. Thinking about trying to maybe bring the New Year's back in the motherland. Got to keep it going. And the elders, man. That's on the bucket list to be done, man. Gonna make that one happen too. Got a screenplay in my head, but can't talk a lot about it right now.
Okay, whoa.
About the motherland.
That one is hot.
That one is hot, all right. And that Nigerian connection, man. Going over there, shooting some. We've had some preliminary talks with some people over there, and if you guys go through our archives, you'll see we've done a significant amount of content actually from the motherland, and we're making some contacts over there. So. Yeah, it's going down, man. It's going down. We're global.
We're global. Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Again, what Nino told G Money, we bigger than that, man. We bigger than Detroit.
Right.
Detroit is our home, but we bigger than that.
That's right.
As the fat man said, I ain't local. I'm international. We got to do a review of that story.
Yes, we do.
Okay. Anyway, Diaspora Plug. It's your man CRB Jr. with his brother,
Lou.
Big Lou in the house.
House.
Sponsored by the good people at Big Boss Filmworks. So you make sure you holler at your man. Make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And the notification button. Peace.
Peace.